Good morning and welcome again. So, I think the audio levels are good enough if I talk normally like this, and if I go louder, let me increase just a bit and hopefully get good sound all the way. Okay, I think I'm okay, so I'll lock it. Okay, so where do I start from? I think I will just start from the simple reality that classes have been going well. You know that you don't really realize how much time you have spent in school until you are 2 months in and you have done a lot, but there's still so much. Morning, sir. Oh, very fine, sir. There's still so much to do. And where I've gotten so far is the realization that I guess for me it's about work. Okay, let me just tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about last night. Yesterday was our screening for technical unit. I'm in technical unit and I am serving as the sound coordinator of chapel, which is like the biggest Baptist chapel in Africa. So, serving as the sound coordinator here, there are a lot of responsibilities, and I'm like, okay, I can manage my time as a medical student and doing this. And then yesterday comes and we have one of the biggest programs on campus, PPP. It's like a purpose-driven conference, a biblical conference, 2-day ProX conference. Saturday was the second day, and so I go early in the morning, make sure everything is set for that, go back for the interviews with the rest of my team, because we're many, like my colleagues, my assistants, and my boss, because we're all students, the guy that I report to. And all of us, we go for these interviews, and we interview students from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. In the meantime, in between all this, we're calling. I had to once in a while go and check the conference room to make sure that the conference they had was going well, which is like a 5-minute walk, 10 minutes walk to and fro. So, looking at all this, immediately after that ends, and I get the news that, okay, they're done with the conference at 5, and they bring everything back to chapel, and we now have to reconnect all the speakers that we're taking, all the wires, all the cables, then deal with things that are not working. And at that point, I got frustrated. Not because I like getting frustrated or because it was a lot of work, but because I just like efficiency. And anything that is inefficient, in my own mind, we should have duplicate setups that we can use for an event so that we don't have to do this whole resetup. And in my whole mind, everything should just work. All the issues about trying to reconnect and making sure things are good, like in my mind, this thing should be efficient, this system should just work. And I guess that's where I am right now. And that's where I realized how much I have grown and I've learned through school. Like usually me in the past would have just focused on my classes and got them done. Now I ended up getting up around, honestly, like 2:30. I don't know why. But immediately I got back to my room around 9 p.m. I slept till like 2:30 and I started reading. I did some assignments, which I'm grateful for. But it was then after around 6 a.m., after I just had my bath, getting ready for to come out early in the morning, which by the way, I'm already out by 7:10 a.m. back to chapel for Sunday service setup. Then I realized that there is a distinction between just getting a degree and then getting an education and getting a whole life training. I realized I'm getting a whole life training. And I realized that there are some degrees of life growth that are not taught in school. In other words, it's not everything that I will learn from school. Oh wow, I'm seeing some birds. They picked up a rat into the air and they're about to devour it. It's not everything that I will get from school, but it's everything that I could apply myself to grow in. So me having so much to balance is very scary, because in my own mind, balancing so much means that something has to drop. But in God's mind, it means that it's a perfect opportunity to balance exactly in such a way that I put my best in different areas, but never overstress myself to the point that I am getting high quality results in everything. I mean, let's example, I would have given 100% to one thing and I've gotten a 100% grade. But if I spread my attention, let's say I get 70% in 4 different things, 70, as opposed to 100% in one thing. Both grades are A's. I get A's in both of them. And I've given 100% of my effort. It's just that my attention is more spread out. In the past, I would never have considered spreading out my attention. And that's where I believe I have grown, and I believe life is taking me, and life has taken some people too. There's an area of growth where you can't just focus on one thing. I mean, I know about specialization and diversification, and I know about how much sometimes it's necessary to just dig into what God has called you and just do that one thing. That has been me many times. But there are also seasons, there are also times when you have to wear multiple hats. And most likely it's going to be the case all the rest of your life, because you will be wearing multiple hats. You will be a parent, you will be a worker, you will be a leader, you might be a pastor, you might be a team lead, you might be an assistant, but you won't just be one thing for the rest of your life. You will have multiple roles to balance, multiple areas to balance, multiple things to juggle at the exact same time. And that is where I realized that I have grown, because this load is stretching me, but I am not broken, because I trust the Lord and He'll give me strength. I share this story with you because it is very, very important in my journey that I document this piece. Many people think, oh, you have it all figured out. Oh, it's all good. Wow, you got everything figured out. I don't have it all figured out. I do not. And the truth about not having it figured out is very important. It's because the more I move forward, the more I see I don't have it done, the more I rely on Jesus, and also the more I grow. Because sometimes you grow by trying things. You don't grow by just staying in one place and analyzing and theorizing. If I had spent a whole semester theorizing what I would do as a sound coordinator instead of actually choosing to do it, I would never have learned anything I have learned right now. If I just spent my time saying, okay, I would be able to do this, that. No. Go in there and try and get it done. That is why people who always are idea people who never implement are very, 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 very frustrating to work with. Because when you are just an idea person and you have never in your life taken any of your ideas to fruition, there is a problem. And the problem is simply you are so focused on the conceptual nature of things that you never delve into actually doing something. That's the difference between an academic and someone who applies the academics to real life. Someone might study and get an A in a course. Another person might study, let me just be extreme, and get a B in a course. But the person who had a B was able to apply it to reality. Now let me be fair. Someone can get an A in a course and not be able to apply that thing to reality. Another person might get an A in the course and be able to use those skills into ways they need to use them for life. So that is my own rant today. And that is my own story. I'm leaning on God more and more. I'm pressing on the upward way. New heights I'm gaining every day. Still praying as I am onward bound. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Have a blessed day.